What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I want to address what has finally happened. It has taken so long, but something has finally happened, which is ultimately going to change the tide, change the direction of where we're going with the Build Back Better Act, but also other priorities that the Senate currently has. I also want to address how deliveries are actually being shut down completely. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you are not from Colorado, just understand people outside of Colorado are going to feel the impacts of what is happening. Have some video footage I want to show you as well, so make sure you stick around for that. Also want to address the immigration change and some daily news as well. First off, hopefully you guys are having an incredible day, but let's get to the update for today. So it finally has happened. The Senate parliamentarian got back to Democrats with bad news. However, I think the majority of Democrats understood this was going to come at some point. Here's what happened. The immigration provision that Democrats were trying to pass in the Build Back Better Act, that has to be removed from the bill, according to Elizabeth McDonough, who is the Senate parliamentarian. Now, not only is this going to have to be removed, now it's not only that, but President Biden, he provided a statement today that said that the Senate needs to focus all of its attention on the voting rights bill before 2022. However, and I just want to be 100% clear on this, however, that bill will not happen either. So the hard part right now, and this is something that many progressives are very upset about, is that the Biden administration and President Biden himself are trying to pass things that they know will not pass, or they're putting their effort into something that they know has no chance of passing in the current Senate. Now, we have known this for a while, but the Build Back Better Act is most likely not going to pass in 2021. We will have to wait until 2022. Now, Democrats are changing the reason as to why the bill won't pass, though, as opposed to saying the real reason why, which is Democrats are going to continue to struggle to get bills passed in a 50-50 Senate. They're just going to continue to struggle because right now there's too much power. Again, keep this in mind. Democrats have the presidency, they have the House, and they have the Senate. And the problem with having all three is you have too much power. Every single one of those Democrats has leverage, especially when we got thin majorities in the House or a 50-50 split in the Senate, which means only one Senate Democrat can hold up the entire bill. According to many lawmakers, there's just too many cooks in the kitchen, and it's causing many issues when right now passing the bill should come with ease. So the truth, though, is that even though the voting rights bill may be seen as the next big thing, the problem is this has too many issues that need to be resolved first as well. And one of the issues is that the Senate must pass the voting rights bill with a 60-vote majority. It has to pass the filibuster. And here's the other issue. Democrats know that this would never pass in the current Senate. There's not going to be 10 Republicans that vote for this, and chances are there would be a handful of Democrats that vote against this as well. We also know that Democrats say we can simply get rid of the filibuster and we can solve this problem. However, Senator Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema won't back any changes to that filibuster, which is creating more and more issues. It's because of this that the Senate will most likely go on recess tomorrow. Yes, you heard that right, tomorrow. Now, here's the reason why I want to bring this up. And then I'll get to the news about delayed deliveries and deliveries pretty much being just completely shut down. But here's what I can tell you. Right now, the Build Back Better Act will most likely be punted into 2022. Will we see this in January? Probably not. Will we see talks and discussions? Yes, absolutely yes. And I don't think the talks and discussions end tomorrow. If lawmakers go on recess tomorrow, I honestly don't think the discussions end. I think we continue to have these discussions. Lawmakers will continue to get closer to the bill. But my expectation is, as soon as we see that the child tax credit payments do not come out in January, my guess is lawmakers will be racing to get something done. And it could be a standalone bill for the child tax credit payments. But again, as soon as we know any more information on that, I will provide you that update as soon as possible. But let's get to some other news. A lot of people are waiting. What is today? The 16th of December. We got 9 days until Christmas Day. So many people are expecting deliveries, right? Christmas presents to show up on their doorstep for themselves or for somebody else. That's great. This is the time of year that we normally see that. However, you need to expect some major delays in shipping times over the next week or so. And I want to show you a video, and I'm going to explain it while I show you. Here's something I want you to see, okay? Look at this. Right here, this is the footage from Colorado. Currently, truck drivers in Colorado are protesting the sentencing of a 26-year-old truck driver who killed 4 people back in 2019. You'd probably know the story if I told you it, but let's just get to the news for today. Do you see this? And I will play it again, okay? I will play it one more time. Here we go. What is happening right here on the screen is the truck drivers are protesting because the nature of the sentencing, the kid, 26 years old, who crashed the truck, killed 4 people when he was 24. The problem with this was he didn't have very much training. He didn't have a lot of training, and truckers are on his side. And as a result, these truckers, they're not going to deliver products until more is done for this person. I think his name's Rohel Maderos or something like that. I don't remember his last name. But this is pretty much just a protest that truckers are not going to move. Okay? This is just one video. This was just one video. There's so many videos along the interstate in Colorado that are showing truckers sitting on the side of the road, parked, not moving in the middle of the freeway, or at truck stops, pretty much just sitting there. Let me explain why this is such a big deal. You think people protesting, whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter. But somebody, holding up signs on the side of the road, that can be somewhat distracting. You think somebody or a group of people blocking an overpass, which is done a lot here in Seattle and Tacoma, Washington, but you see people just strung along the freeway, not letting cars pass because they're protesting. It's fairly effective, right? It shows a disturbance, right? And they have to be removed. Well, guess what? When truckers stop, truckers band together, they do not deliver your products. Guess what? It's not just Christmas products, not just your Christmas presents and gifts. It's food. It's products for businesses to stay open, right? It could be furniture, cars, any type of manufacturing part. Let's say you need a product to fix your car and it's sitting in the shop right now. Guess what? If it's on one of these trucks, you are going to experience more delays. So just keep that in mind, that these delays, these could last days, weeks, maybe even months. We don't know how far back this is going to go. Again, this recently just started. I believe this pretty much just started yesterday. And I've been looking all over Twitter, all over TikTok, Instagram. There's still trucks sitting on the side of the road. They are not moving because they're going to protest this. So just expect we could see multiple delays. But let's get into some COVID news for today. And if you have any questions on any of this stuff, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But according to the CDC, they are saying that the CDC advisors back the use of Pfizer and Moderna COVID vaccines over the Johnson & Johnson shots. And a recent study also states that Omicron is 70 times. I even did the research, and still that gets me. 70 times more infectious than the Delta COVID variant. That's insane. And get this. This is after just 24 hours. Just 24 hours. And we also know Pfizer is also seeking full approval for young teens 12 to 15 years of age and older, right? But here's the thing. I just want to point this out. Because right now, President Biden says that Omicron is here now, and is going to only increase. But the reason why I want to point all this stuff out is because experts are saying that if COVID cases increase like it is projected, then the Biden administration will, and I repeat, will step in and pretty much prevent any more of a spread. Now, why is this so important? Well, here's what I want to just explain. The Biden administration has done quite a bit to push vaccines, push the booster shots, right? And push all the, social distancing and masking and all that, right? Now, I, for one, I'm just going to be 100% honest. I have got the vaccine and I will get the booster shot. But that is my personal choice, and I'm not pushing that on anybody. The problem is the Biden administration is almost forcing this onto people. I read today that there was, I don't remember where it was at, but there was like 106 Marines that were pretty much let go because they wouldn't get the vaccine. And yesterday was the day. Yesterday was the cutoff. That was the deadline. And many didn't go and get it. Many in the military did not get that. So guess what? They're not in the military any longer. Now, I want to bring you this because here's what we're hearing from people in New York City. The health commissioner in New York City said that data shows an alarming trend. And here's the trend. As their average cases currently, they have tripled over the last month. He also stated that New Yorkers are experiencing COVID fatigue and just want to get back to normal. Now, this is going to be very difficult to get back to normal if we are experiencing more COVID cases because more people are going to get them. However, the reports do indicate that the vaccines and booster, they do work. They are effective. Their efficacy rate is not as high with the COVID or with the Delta COVID variant, but it's still very high. The nice thing is the Omicron variant is actually less dangerous, but it's more infectious. It will travel faster. So, according to reports, New York City is going to be sending out 500,000 at-home COVID tests in order to prevent any further spread of the virus. Now, at-home COVID tests could work. Here's the problem, and this is what many people have been saying over the past few weeks, or actually few months really, is that at-home COVID tests, even though they are effective, the problem is the people that test positive, if they do not go and report that they were tested positive, and they don't tell people about it, all those other people that didn't have a at-home COVID test, didn't go get tested, they will then go and spread the virus to other people. So here's what I can tell you right now. Yes, we need at-home COVID tests. We need some type of tracing. But at the same time, experts are telling us that this is not working. We are already, 21 months into this pandemic, and we still haven't really figured it out. Some experts are saying somebody needs to make a change. And who are they going to look for? Who are they going to look to? Most likely President Biden. Here's the problem. Even though President Biden has had many of his mandates pretty much thrown out of courts, the problem is he's still pushing these. Okay? Now, let me explain why this is a problem really quick. This is a problem because being that a lot of these things are being kicked back, pushed out, he is going to almost force people to go and get the vaccine according to multiple experts. They say it's coming down to that time where you have to do this. It's not a request, it's not a want, it's a demand. You have to do this. And honestly, I don't know how far the Biden administration is willing to go in order to get rid of this virus, get out of this pandemic, get people vaccinated. There's other options, not just a vaccine. But as of right now, that seems to be the answer to everything is get the vaccine, you will be better. Remember when we had those hurricanes down in the south? Guess what President Biden said? You know what? If you would have got the vaccine, you would have been safer. No. You wouldn't be safer in a hurricane just because you had the vaccine. But that was the answer. So that's what we know at this time. But as always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on, share all the latest news and updates. Again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.